division, whatever number is in that box, it's got to make the divisor equal to 0. So, I'm going to put 2 in the box. I'm going to copy down with a 0 to the x squared placeholder with the coefficients. We drop the first term, we multiply and we add. We multiply and we add. We multiply and we add. And therefore, B is our answer. They're not asking us to factor or do any more with it. Number 36, this might be something for your index card. Okay, the sum and difference of two cube formulas. Since it's a difference of two cubes, the cube root of 27x cubed is 3x. The cube root of 1 is 1. So a minus b times a squared, which is 9x squared, plus a times b, which is 3x, plus b squared, which is a positive 1. And that means your answer is going to be A. You should know those formulas. For number 37 with the b to the fourth, we're going to factor that regularly. B squared minus 4, b squared plus 6. Now, the b squared minus 4 can be factored more. Oops. The b squared minus 4 is b minus 2b plus 2, b squared plus 6. And now you set each of them equal to 0. All right, b equals 2. B equals negative 2. And b squared equals a negative 6. So therefore, b equals a plus or minus I root 6. You're taking the square root of both. Okay? And therefore, your answer is going to be these 4 roots. And keep in mind, to b to the fourth, you should have 4 answers. So for synthetic substitution, whatever you have in the parentheses, you're plugging in for x. Negative 3 to the fourth minus 4 times negative 3 cubed plus 2 times negative 3 squared minus 4 times negative 3 plus 6. So I'm going to deal with the exponents first. Positive 81 minus 4 times negative 27 plus 2 times 9 minus 4 times negative 3 plus 6. And then we add them all up. 81 plus 108 plus 18 plus 12 plus 6. And that's a sum of 225. So that's your synthetic substitution. You just plug the numbers in. Okay. Here they give you one factor as a positive x plus 4. So if I put negative 4 in the box, I'm going to get a depressed equation I can factor. Drop the 1. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. 2 and negative 4 is negative 2. Positive 8, we get a negative 3. And now I can factor this. It's x minus 3, x plus 1. X minus 3, x plus 1, my answer is C. X cubed plus 121x, when I factor it, I get x squared plus 121. We should know you can't take this, you can't factor the sum of two squares. So this becomes x equals 0, and x squared plus 21 equals 0. X squared equals a negative 121, x equals plus or minus 11i. That means you have one real root, that's 0. And then you have two other answers that are imaginary. Okay, so you get two imaginary roots and one real root. Finding all the rational zeros. For number 41, you need to first find your possibilities. Your leading coefficient is 2. I'll put them over here. And your constant is 21. So the factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7, and 21. The factors of 2 are 1 and 2. So you've got to come up with your possibilities first. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 7, plus or minus 21. Plus or minus 1 half, plus or minus 3 halves, plus or minus 7 halves, plus or minus 21 halves. And then you start trying them. We'll start with 1. 2, negative 11, 8, and 21. Drop the 2, we get 2, negative 9, negative 9, negative 1. That gives me 20. That's no good. Let's try negative 1. Drop the 2, we get negative 13. We get 13, that's 21. Negative 21, that's 0. So that means negative 1 is a root. Okay, or a rational 0. So now I factor to get my other rational 0. So we get 2x minus 7, x minus 3. So my other two roots are going to be 7 halves and 3. So these are my three roots, negative 1, 7 halves, and 3. So your answer is going to be A. Where does this graph increase? It increases here, and it increases here. Okay? So it increases from negative 1 to 1, and it increases from 3 to infinity. That's where the graph is going up as x goes to the right. And as x goes to infinity, as my x is going this way, my y is going up to infinity. So for number 43, the answer is that. For number 44, just making a good decision. It's f of negative 3. So I'm going to use this one. It was x minus 2 when your x is greater than negative 1. Since my x is less than negative 1, we're using 3x. So 3 times negative 3, my answer is negative 9. I'm just making a good decision there. Number 45, we go back to inverses, which we learned earlier. Y equals the square root of x plus 3. If I want to find the inverse, x, y, we switch them. I'm going to square both sides. X squared equals y plus 3. X squared minus 3 equals y. So x squared minus 3 is my inverse. All right. So if you notice on this one, there is a mistake in the answer key. This is a cube root, so it's 5 over the cube root of 2. I need to get a perfect cube to get rid of that radical. If it was a square root, we just multiply the top and bottom by root 2. But it's a cube root. So I got to multiply the top and bottom by a number that will get me to a perfect cube. 2 times 4 gets me to a perfect cube. So this becomes 5 cube root of 4, which can't be simplified, over the cube root of 8. And my answer is simply 5 cube root of 4 over 2. The cube root of 8 is 2. I'm going to go with D. On your answer key, change that number on the radical to 4. It should be a 4. That was a typo. For number 47, anytime we have a radical in the denominator as an expression with addition and subtraction, you have to multiply by the conjugate. 3 plus root 5, 3 plus root 5. It's always the denominator with the opposite sign. 6 plus 2 root 5 over 9. Oops, I'm sorry. 3 root 5. Here we go. 9 plus 3 root 5 minus 3 root 5 minus 5. The square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 5. The middle terms cancel, and we're left with 6 plus 2 root 5 over 4. Now that can be simplified. Okay? 6 over 4 is 3 over 2. 2 over 4 is 1 over 2, so this is the simplification. And your answer is D. In terms of your graphing of the piecewise function here, okay, x is less than 1 and x plus 4. So we should have a y-intercept of 4 and a slope of 1. There it is. Okay? We also have that in this line right here, but this one is an open dot, which is what it should be for the left hand. If x is greater than 1, we're at -1. Here we are, the closed dot is it's greater than or equal to 1, and this entire line represents y equals -1. So your answer is D. We can eliminate B and C right away because these are negative slopes and we have a positive slope here. With the radical, obviously all the points or all the graphs are going this way. -4 creates a 0 here. So I'm really just going to go off of that point. And there's my answer. Number 50, we're solving for P. So 13 equals the square root of 3P plus 6. Oops. Let's try that again. 13 equals the square root of 3P plus 6 plus 10. We subtract 10, we get 3. We have to square both sides. 9 equals 3P plus 6 to get rid of that radical. We subtract 6 on both sides. And my P equals 1. And you can plug that in to check it. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 6 is 9, square root of 9 is 3, 3 plus 10 is 13. Number 51 is simply foiling. And hopefully at this point, we remembered the rule that I squared is equal to -1. 8 minus 7i plus 16i minus 14i squared. -1 times -14 is 14. 14 and 8 is 22. -7i and 16i is 9i. So the answer is B. And my final question, in terms of completing the square, we take that -28, cut it in half, and then we square the -14. -14 squared is 196. So you'd be adding 196 in this spot right here to complete the square, which ultimately means your answer has to be B. If you were to FOIL it, if I put the 196 in there, or factor it, you get x minus 14 squared. It's always half the middle term.